Well, it's indeed my pleasure this year to introduce to you the LIA Legacy Farm family. This will be the fourth time that we have recognized a family here in Idaho that have longevity with the Leadership Idaho Ag program. And today we are recognizing the Hartman family from Parma, Idaho. The very first Hartman came through the program over 30 years ago. That was Bill, followed then later by his brother 5 years later. And then we've had sons and we've had daughters that have come through the program. A number of years ago, the Smithsonian Institute came to the Hartman farm and filmed pictures of their farm, their operation. And in the corner of the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C., you will find a tribute to the Hartman family. This is truly a family that American agriculture can be proud of, and Leadership Idaho Agriculture is pleased to recognize the family this evening.
Yeah, years ago, my mom had an opportunity to write a historical letter to the Smithsonian, basically of the history of the farm and how it transitioned from before World War I through World War II, and kind of dovetailed it into the transition of the farm it is today. So we have a little kiosk at the Smithsonian Institute that is showcasing our farm.
Well, a family farm's kind of a journey. My father, Orville, is 92 years old, still lives on the farm. He's the one that incorporated the farm. My mother just passed away in November, and so she's been a big part of this farm as well. Currently, my brother Bill and I are the owners, and we have a nephew Josh and my son Jeff are managing the operations on a day-to-day basis. And my daughter Catherine, she's working with the Idaho water users.
John and I started working together in 1980 as partners and brothers. So we're pretty fortunate. We've worked together for 40 years and see eye to eye on the end goal. And so that's part of our success, I think, is that. And I hope our kids can have that same vision.
Having your kids here, it's brought a different aspect to farming, you know, knowing that you could hand something down to your kids. And it's bigger than him and I at this point. And it's changed things for sure.
John and Bill and Orville and all of our parents, I think from an early age, wanted us to kind of find our own way, but they also set us up for success. As I look at my kids, I want to support their drive for agriculture.
Growing up, I was able to watch my family members go through the LIA program, and I think when my dad went through, I was in middle school maybe, and I just remember that he would come back with this renewed energy for his industry and being an advocate for agriculture. The other one that I would really note is my cousin Josh. He was very excited every time he came back, and he was probably my biggest proponent in entering the program, and he was very supportive of that.
When I first got introduced to LIA, it was through John and Bill, and I think that they knew that I had a couple rough edges that I needed to have rounded off of me. So they sent me to Rick Waitley. You know, it was an eye-opener. You know, I think I learned things that I didn't know that I needed to learn, to be able to talk to people and to advocate for the things that I truly cared about. At the end of the day, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Well, we're fortunate to have two young men that are willing to take this on. If they can glean any knowledge on succession or the ability to make this farm succeed to the next generation, it would be through LIA and the network of people that you can call on that have either done what you're trying to do or have succeeded and can give you some guidance.
You know, I think LIA helps an individual in their journey, but I think the greater good is the good to the state and to the ag community with the bonding of people from different industries, from the legal profession to the USDA to the ag producers. That whole group of people have this common bond. There's a large resource of people that have this common support of agriculture in the state of Idaho.
I think LIA helped me realize that there was more to farming than just shovels in the dirt. It's the behind the scenes Farming is such a unique enterprise and business that you've got to have the desire.
I think LIA just helped prepare us, and I think that goes hand in hand with taking this thing on farther into the next generation, is having an open mind and be able to adapt.
The leadership skills you have from LIA will develop the leaders of the next generation, and I think it's just a great asset for these young people to have graduating from LIA.
I think LIA just gives people a glimpse of the possibilities out there, where you can go for answers, or at least to know someone does have an answer that you may not have. For a family, it's interesting because we have that thing in common. It just gives you a little broader perspective on something besides how to raise a potato or a crop.
I feel very lucky and very fortunate to be born into this family and in this area, and specifically to be part of a family farm. I'm the 5th generation of Hartman farms, and I think the statistics are that less than 1% of family farms get to the 5th generation. And I'm just very, very proud of my dad, uncle, and cousin and brother, because they wake up every single morning and they go to the farm and they do the work and they make it happen. LIA has really helped me kind of hone in on the voice and make sure that what I'm saying is credible and accurate and shows agriculture in a good light, and making sure to be an advocate, because if we're not agriculture's advocate, then who will be?